Hi friends, it's Nancy. So back with another continuation of our Christmas 1933 journal. So left off here, we covered this, made our first top loading pocket. Then we made a tuck here and covered that plain there, and then made our first side loading pocket. And so I left you with this piece here, and I did glue this piece on here now. And so we have our first side loading pocket. And on this page here, I want to put a piece of my avocado dyed paper there. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to put that side. Seems like one side's always brighter than the other or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just my lighting. Really doesn't matter. They both look great. So hope everyone's doing well today. Hope you're playing along. I want to tell you, you really need to try making one of these altered books. You don't have to have a Reader's Digest. You don't have to have a big book with a lot of pages. If you want to just get your feet wet and try it and start small, then get a book from the library, like a library book sale or the dollar store or anywhere that you can, thrift store. Just get a book, even if it's just got 200 pages. You can, leave 2, rip out 5, and you can just rip. You don't even have to rip that many out. I mean, really, it's the more pages in a book, the more you can rip. But if you don't have a lot of pages to rip out, then you just rip a few out, and you can rip them out a few at a time. You don't even have to do the whole book at once till you feel comfortable. It's you really need to try it. It's so freeing than sewing in a signature all the time. So, I mean, I love sewing in the signatures. Don't get me wrong. That's how I make my journals most of the time. But once in a while, this is so nice to do. So I really highly recommend it. Okay, so we have our first side loading, covered that, put some avocado paper here. Now this is where here's our next 2 pages with the torn out, right? I want to show you how to do an envelope. We're going to sandwich an envelope in there. So I kind of pre-cut some pages. Let me just put that there. Okay, here's my envelope. It's a coffee dyed envelope. Came from my daughter. See, it says Mom on there with a heart. One of my daughters. Okay, and then I took this page and we're going to cover it. Now, this envelope is nice, perfect in height for me, but it's too wide. But that's okay because I'm going to cut it to fit. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to we're going to sandwich this between these 2 pages here. I don't need this whole flap here, so I'm just going to use my scissors and leave about an inch on there and just cut this sticky part off here. We don't need that. So, and then we're going to cut it from here, so when it flips in, it stays, it won't interfere. So the first thing that I want to do, and I don't want to confuse you, here's the ripped stuff here. So we're going to take these 2 pages. I want to enclose the flap between these 2 pages. Do you see? I want that. So when that closes, we'll cut it down to fit. Then when you turn to the page, you'll flip this open. We're going to cover this. It'll be cut here where we can put, we can either cut it. Well, I have to cut it here. So you can leave this open to put something in here, or I'm still going to cut it. If you have an envelope that fits, you could just slit the top and make it a top. It depends what size your envelope you're working with, but this is a good height. It's like a 5x7 envelope. But I am going to trim it here. I'm going to leave the side open. So like I said, find your envelope. And then we have to remember when we cover this, not to glue here. We just need to glue the paper on here, and along the edge so we can tuck something in there, right? Okay, so first of all, Let me just hold that down there. I'm going to put glue on my envelope here, flap, and glue it to the page. That's the first thing to do. Once we get it attached, all we do is cover it with papers, trim it. I'm going to glue it in and then trim it after. That's how I'm going to do it. I just feel like I have better control over that, maybe. I don't know. All right, so it's going between, here's the ripped out pages. It's going between these two pages. So I'm going to glue that flap to the edge of this page here. So let me get that on. Okay. Okay. Get that on there. See? Okay. Now I can push that on. Looks like it's flipping in fine. So now I need to trim it because obviously it's too long when these two pages are glued together. So these two pages are going to get glued together now, and this goes this way. Okay, so I am going to glue the pages together. If you want, you could make this a top tuck too, but you know, we're going to be adding more of the top loading pockets, and this is going to be a side loading, this envelope here. This will have, I could make it a side, or I could make it a top. Either way I could do it, right? Or you don't have to do anything, you just make it a flip. So I guess I have to decide that. Well, we have one top loading, one side loading. And so I guess I could make, I don't know. But I'm not going to do anything with this page. I want to glue this on. So that for sure I know. See, when you have a decision, how fun it is. You can, you have options, and I like that. I like the options. So I'm gluing these, sandwiching the envelope flap between the two pages. Like this. Okay. And once again, I'm going to stay up here and kind of just, like I showed you before, to eliminate any bubbles or gaps. And there's that. See? It's real good, real nice. Okay, now I have to, obviously it's too long, so I have to cut some off. So I am going to mark it about where I'm cutting it. And I'm going to cut it about, let's see, because that's our writing area. Yeah, I'm going, and then in case I want to, now do I want to make it a top loading or a side loading? I'm going to put this on top here, so this will be real pretty for something here. I think, boy, it's a big, what should I do? Tell me. Okay, I'm going to make it a side loading because that was my first idea. So I'm going to make sure I have enough room here. I'm going to trim off about, oh, like an inch, I think. Let me just get my ruler, if I can find it somewhere in my mess here. So I cut it real straight. So that's about, oh, it's almost about 7/8 that I'm trimming off here, almost 7/8. So I'm going to get that there. Draw myself a line, and I'm just going to use my scissors and cut it open. And And I had this coffee dyed already, so that was kind of fun. I didn't have to take time out to coffee dye anything. Save that. I don't know why, but I will, because I do. Might use it for something. So see, now it's cleared, and when I fold it over, you know, it's fine, right? And then that'll be a flip out. So now I have to make sure I don't glue this part here. I already pre-measured, kind of I did this here, but I know I had to take a little bit more off because I wasn't sure how much I was cutting off the envelope. So let me mark this. Oh, let's see. I guess I'm going to lose that little berry here. I was looking at this little berry here, but that's okay. I want the berries on this side more, so I'm going to do it right about there. Rip a little bit more off, like that. Okay. And this should work. Let's try it. Yes. And I've got to make sure not to over glue my page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the glue on here instead, so I can control it better and make sure I know what I'm doing here. Boy, good thing I can drive straight because I can't glue straight. Oh my gosh. Right? And then I can put glue here, just not on the other part. Right? Okay. Now let's get this on here. I'm going to turn it so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So far, so good. Perfect for me. Okay. Nothing's perfect, but there we go. Just getting glue off my hand here. Okay. All right, there we go. So there's that. Here's our envelope flip, and now I need to cover this part here. So I'm going to use this for this part, but I know I got to trim that off a little bit too to accommodate. So let me do that. Okay. See, it's not so hard, is it? I mean, it's just a lot of just making, for me, making tick marks and ripping. I mean, I think it's a pretty easy thing. Just take your time, go slow. It's only paper. It's only paper. And I save all my little strips because we'll maybe make little tabs and things with it. And see, that's going to be pretty there. I like that. And then look how pretty, if we do that, just grabbing this, I'm not saying that's what I'm doing, but sure does look like it would go really well here. Then we can put this here like that, and then that flips out. You see how pretty we're going to decorate? Oh, that'll be a fun part. So I'm going to get this glued on now. I'll have to look and see if I have any more envelopes coffee dyed. But if not, I will throw some coffee grounds over an envelope if I need to. Okay. That looks good. I like it. I have, I don't know where I have I'm looking for a pencil with an eraser because I see a little tick mark there. Okay, now I'm happy. Okay, so there's that. And then I think I did not trim this envelope very good here. Let me get it straight here. Okay, that's much better for me. All right, so then that's our envelope flip out, and we can put a tag, a nice tag in here with a little tab here maybe, and that'll work out well. So that's how we added an envelope to that page. Okay, so next, I already pre-cut and tore. This was a whole page with the fur coats and the ladies, and I could just see doing some Tim Holtz ladies on these pages. So I just want to decorate these 2 pages like so. And then we'll get on to our next fun tuck. So let me get these glued on. We're doing good on time, okay. So you kind of hope that I pre-tore some pages, so don't need to make you sit through that if I don't have to, right? All right. Okay, let's see. Perfect. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I wanted this whole page here of ladies fur coats, swagger coats, dresses. This will be perfect to do some pretty Tim Holtz ladies on there. Okay, I'm going to turn my book this way so I could see better. Just want to make sure I line up the words so it flows nicely across the page here. Line up everything here. There we go. That looks pretty good. Yeah. Okay, great. That looks good. That'll be fun to decorate. Okay. Now, turn that next page. And here we are with the 10 pages ripped out, okay? I hope you're following okay along with me here on this. This one didn't have rip out, so we left it nice like that. Turn it here. Here's 2 pages with the 10 ripped out. So we're going to make a different kind of a tuck. It's going to be a side tuck. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this page here and we're going to fold it in half. I'm not going to shove it down in there. You can fold it where you want. If you want to fold it a little, like just a little bit, we're going to make it a tuck this way. You can fold it. I'm going to do it about that much, which is, yeah, it's only about, no, I'm not even doing it half. I'm doing it like a quarter page. Just see where you think you want to put it. You can make it less too and do it. Here, I'll just do it and show you. If you wanted to, you could measure it if you want, but let's just say maybe we'll do it this way. Let's see what that looks like. So when you flip that over, and if we glue that down, do you see there's a tuck here, okay? I'm going to do it a little more. So, and I'll cut that part out. I'm going to do like that, which is about an inch and a half. So I'm going about an inch and a half. That's where I'm folding this page here, about an inch and a half. Okay. And we're going to glue that down. So I don't really need this whole piece. I'm going to cut like half of it off. We don't need that. I will glue this part down. We're not going to see it, but I don't want it to catch. So let's just glue that part down here like that. Okay. All right, now what we need to do, so this will be glued here and here and glued to here for a tuck, but you still have to decorate here, okay? Okay. Let's just see what's next. So when we turn this page, because there's 2, remember we ripped 10, leave 2, rip 10, leave 2, right? So that's going to be that way. So we can do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to take the next page. I'm going to hopefully do the same. And we're going to make a double tuck here, here, like a coordinating page, okay? That'll be fun. That's always a fun thing to do. You can make just a single one, or you can make a double like this. Oops, sorry about that. So I'm going to glue this one down here, and then we have to, now that we have to decide papers. I did not go that far to decide what I wanted to decorate with. We'll have to figure that out. So I'm just gluing the little flip part down to make it a nice even. So that's how that's going to go. But we don't want to glue these pages down yet. We have to decorate these here. All right. So let's pick out something that coordinates real nice, 2 pages, since you're going to open the book and see the spread, okay? So I'm going to carefully not hit the camera. I'm going to get my pages here. How are we doing on time? Okay, we have time to do this. So we'll do this setup here. So what I think I want to do is something more neutral on this side, since we don't see too much of it, and something pretty on this side. So maybe we should do one of these pages. That would be pretty, because the ends are here. Let's see if we do that. I'm not going to see much of it though, but it's sure. Now what would we use? I'm almost wondering if we could still use the same. That might be pretty. All right, let's just try it. And if I don't like it, I can always print it again. That's the beauty of it, right? So let's just see how that would look. Or we can try something else if it doesn't work. But there's no point in, I mean, if you want to try it, you just, let's just audition it and see what it looks like. Why not, right? I'm just measuring for measurement's sake here, so I know where to rip. I think I'll have to take a little more off the top. Try not to lose too much of this bottom here. I'm just measuring, about a scant 1/4 inch off the top here, let's say. All right, so if we were to use, since the decorations are on this side, that would look really nice here. And then I'm wondering if we'd have enough in the middle to cover these, or we'll pick something else out. So I'm going to measure how much we're actually going to see here. Now, depending on how much you're folded, you know, that'll tell you. So I'm going to go, just so it's tucked in there, an 1 3/4 inches. I'm going to rip it, and if it doesn't work, then we'll try a different page. So I'm going to go 1 3/4 inches, which is about here. And that gives me enough of the design. Let's just try it. What have we got to lose, right? So I ripped off 1 3/4 inches. Let's just put, oh, that would be so pretty if it works. Let's just see. I'm going to just take a paper clip and hold it there for a second. You see how pretty that would look? All right, let's try to make sure. 1 1/4 inches. I'm going to rip off this part of this page here. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I'm going to 1 3/4 inches because I want a little bit tucked in there so you don't see the white. So let's measure that and rip that. Okay. I would be very happy if this works. Oh, where did I put my pencil mark? I don't need, oh yeah, there it is. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let's see how that works. So then that would go on this page. Do I have another paper clip anywhere? No. Okay. Do I? Let's see. I'm trying to reach for one here. I still have my black paper clips out from Halloween. So that's why I have that out there. Let's just audition this and see how it's going to be, if it works. So that would be super pretty, but here's the rest of the page. Would we have enough if we were to, yeah, I think we would. We would have enough. We could do that. We could. That would work. But is it too boring? Should I make it to stand out more and make more of an impact, right? Well, what else do I have? Oh, well, if I don't do this, but this is probably too bright. Oh, oof, yeah, that would be pretty. Yeah, that's a little too bright, so that's not going to work. What else do we have? I could do that. I had found a piece of doily paper. I don't know. What do you think? Or if I don't do that, like I said, go back to this, which would look like a continuation of the page, which would be fine. We'd have 8 decorating, or pick one of these, I don't know, that have blue on it. Not many. The only other thing is the pear one, but that wouldn't look right. Or this is that one. No. And then if we use, no, you know what? I think I am just going to use the same one. I think that's what I'm going to do on this one. I mean, if we have room to make another double tuck like this, maybe we'll try a different paper and make it 2 different papers. But for now, okay, I'm going to mark it. Yeah, let's just do it this way. And hope that I have enough on for the other side, which I believe I will. I believe I will. Let's just hope. The only thing with ripping is that I always think my ruler is off. Not sure. That should be just fine there, I think. Okay, let's see how that looks. So that one would go there. And I don't mind, I like it where it's closer. You can still see some separation, and that's good. And then on this side, see, I'll just barely take off. Would I even take off any? Not happy that the picture is there, but like I said, I'm putting it close to it, and I'm not going to fuss over that. But look at how perfect that fits. And that was just one page. That's going to be one page. I'm just going to take a smidge off this side here so it doesn't get stuck in the middle. Just a little tiny, like 1/8 of an inch, I think. So it is better that way. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to fuss over the picture part on there. There's nothing I can do about that. Well, let's start gluing down. Let's just start gluing this down then. And I think a real pretty white trim might be real pretty on the edges of these pages here. That will really set it off. And I think I have a pretty white lace or white crochet. You'll see, it's going to look really nice. I promise. I can make that promise. I will. Okay. Wipe my glue tip off here. Okay. So I'm putting this on this page here. Like so. Okay, and then I can glue this on. I just want to line it up with the edge so it kind of continues. But you know what? I think if we're going to do lace here, it doesn't really matter. So I think I'm going to go a little bit in, knowing that I am going to put a white trim here, and we won't even see that. So that's what I'm going to do. I just have to look through my trims, but I will do it and have it ready for the next video. I know that's going to really look pretty. You'll see. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. This I'm not worried about. We'll cover it. Just want to make sure it's even. Yep. Because what I'm saying is, if I have, not this trim, but if I put a white trim here, you see how that's going to look? And this will be a pocket. So we're going to be fine. We are going to be perfect. All right, so I'm going to glue this one on. And just get this page out of my way here. And we'll glue this one down here. Okay. And that goes here. And then this one goes here. Oops. Spread that out. Sometimes this glue just wants to come out when you don't want it to come out. I don't know how that works, but okay. Okay, that's why I need to put the cap on it right away. All right, let's get this one on. That looks fine, not worried about that. Oh yeah, that's gonna look really, really pretty. So what we can do now is glue those edges down, because it won't interfere to glue trim on those. So we're just going to glue here and here on both sides and make those side pockets. Okay, so I'm going to just lift that up like I showed you and put them together. Like that. See? That'll be a side pocket there, and we'll do one on the other side now. It's going to be so pretty. And the same with this one. Lifting it up. There we go. Wow, that's going to look nice. Oh, gotta hold it together. I'll let it stick for a minute, right? Okay. All right, so let's just recap. So we ended off the last video and that with our first side tuck pocket. Okay, then I showed you on the next set of 2 pages how to put the envelope flap in between these 2 pages here, and then I cut it down. So now we have a pocket here, or you could seal that and slit it here. So 2 options. Also, if you wanted another option, you could have just glued it here, here, and here, and made this also a pocket. But believe me, we'll have a lot of pockets, and this journal's going to get chunky real fast, so you got to be careful how much you're putting in there, okay? But they are options, okay? So we have that to decorate. That opens up. I have this nice spread here of ladies' sales. I want to do something with Tim Holtz ladies and whatever. Then we turn the page. We glued these 2 this way, and we have 2 side pockets here that we will put some real pretty white trim on each pocket, and that's going to be beautiful, just beautiful. Okay, and then now that we have that down, let that glue, and we'll continue in the next video, and I'll show you how we'll continue. We're almost getting to the middle, and I have a very beautiful middle spread to do, a very cool variation of pockets to do in the middle of the journal, okay? So thanks so much for hanging with me, friends. I appreciate your time. I hope you're getting some good ideas and getting excited. So take care. Have a great day. Bye.